Alright, let's not beat around the bush here for too long. It's the Dark Sword. No, seriously, it's the Dark Sword. How can the Dark Sword be the best slam weapon in the game, you may ask? Why not Magistar? Why not Kodamair? Why not Arcatetron? Why not all the other meta slam weapons but the Dark Sword? Well, my friend, the Dark Sword has two things that make it completely unique that we can't really see here, but you see, a slam attack of 100,000 base damage is a bit insane, first of all. And that is due to the weapon having one of the highest depositions out of every melee weapon in the game. But that is, in fact, not what makes the slam attack of this weapon good. What makes the slam attack of this weapon good is hidden in the wiki. So heavy slam attack has base damage of 780, which is one of the highest out of any sword, if I remember correctly. The only sword that has definitely higher, at least, is the Kodamair, but the Kodamair's disposition is really bad and the status chance is way lower. This thing has a 40% status chance at base. And you may say, okay, but the range is 8 meters as opposed to 10 from like the Hammers and 20 from the Magistar, right? Well, no, not anymore. Because after Isleweaver, this mechanic right here that you see on the wiki that the range is 8 meters got reworked to scale with height no matter what type of weapon you're using. And there is a maximum of 10 meters. Maybe more, I don't know. Some people in my Discord said that Naira modes give you extra range. I'm not very sure. From my testings, without any Naira modes, without anything, any weapon I tested clocked in a 10 meter slam radius. So, you know, that's cool. But the thing about the Dark Sword is not to mix it with a Dark Split Sword because, you know, there is a... If you go onto your arsenal and type Dark Sword will not be here. Only Dark Split Sword will be here. And don't get confused. This is a completely different weapon and this one absolutely blows for slam attacks. It doesn't do anything. The way you get the Dark Sword, and why I'm making a video about it right now, you get it from Nightwave cred offerings and it's actually available for pickup this week. If you see it, pick it up. Because this is absolutely incredible. I can do a comparison of like all the slam weapons that I've tested, and I found some other gems that I'm gonna showcase as well in other videos, but if you want to see for yourself, you can definitely check the latest video that I have. I'll leave that in the description. It talks about slam in general, some problems about the game, some stuff that I suggest for slam attacks, like the range of slam attacks scaling indefinitely with height, which is something I really want to see, especially because tile sets are already limited to how high the player can get unless we're in an open world, so it doesn't really matter if you make it so that they scale infinitely with height, which is pretty cool in my opinion. It would be a cool feature that we could add to make slams feel a bit more powerful to use, because a lot of people in my comment section actually complained that after the changes to slam attacks they didn't want to use them because they felt clunky and they didn't want to jump and slam attack all the time, which I can understand. But I mean, the movement in Warframe is really fucking fast. You don't have any issues getting height in this game, and especially if you use a Warframe like Kullervo, like Wukong, like something that can get height passively by using abilities without you actually moving, then it becomes way easier. But, you know, when you're playing something like a slam playstyle, something that will help you is the Naira mode set, because the Naira mode set gives you Naira's Anguish, which is an increase to parkour velocity. And an increase to parkour velocity means that your bullet jumps can get you in higher places. So that does help. The Dark Sword Riven, the best thing you probably can get is something like Toxin melee damage and critical damage. I don't think the heavy attack efficiency does anything for me. If I got critical damage, then I can combine it with Wrathful Advance for a optimized build like this one and get a lot more value. What I'm gonna do though, is I'm gonna go to the highest level mission that we have available right now, which is the Lua, Conjuction Survival. But before I do that, so one of my viewers said I should try this on the Helvenian tank because, you know, I mean, it just one-tapped the Desiccant, by the way. It one-tapped the unit with the damage animation. In comparison, that's what the RPG does to him. Alright, here we go. Oh! Oh! Oh, okay. I see. Alright. Let's go again. See if it happens second time. What the fuck? What is this weapon? Okay, if I see something on phase 2, I'm gonna go insane. Okay, thank God. In phase 2, it just takes the normal... Wait. I'm not hitting any weak spots. Wait, I'm killing it without hitting its weak spots. I just realized. What? Oh my goodness. Oh my God, what? Look. It just... I have no words. I have no words. I truly have no words. This is so broken. What is wrong with this weapon? What is wrong with this weapon? The initial hit does around 100 million to 150 million damage. Then there is a guaranteed toxin proc on the slam attack itself. And then there is also the chance to proc gas procs because you have... Yeah. I didn't even get afflictions on any of these guys. They just kind of died. And I didn't even activate Wrathful Advance or anything at 0x, so that is pretty cool. These guys have armor, by the way. So I'm gonna go and showcase this with power now. And we see immediately that we get 300 million toxin procs. And the gas procs are dealing 10 million on their own. Without lore. Because it's balanced that way. So... this is easily the best slam weapon in the game. It is so overpowered, it makes the Magistar just look like a potato compared to it. I can't get the Magistar even with a gold roll even. I have a gold roll even on the Magistar, by the way. Oh, not gold roll, but close to gold roll. Crit chance initial combo minus crit chance on slide. It's a really good roll. And it doesn't even come close to this, which this Riven, or the Riven I have for this weapon, is not equally as good in my opinion. I mean, sure, it has the melee damage, there's toxin procs, they help, but I feel like in a crit damage Riven on this with Wrathful Advance would just boost the damage to ludicrous amounts. So, yeah. If you're watching this video and you're a bit late to the party, chances are Dark Souls Rivens are now expensive as fuck, and I'm very sorry to do this. But if you were on my Discord, I have warned everybody about this, and if you checked yesterday's video, you could probably see, that looks interesting, especially because I'm calling it the best. But, you know, this video is just to showcase that it's dumb, man. It's just, I don't know what to say. The potential damage of this thing, if enemies even had higher health than they do right now, is not normal. Like... the gas procs are absolutely solo killing everyone. The toxin procs are through the roof. You see 300, 400 million toxin procs easily without even a great Riven, and yeah. I mean, that's what you get when your slam attack does 100,000 damage at base and then you add crits to it, right? Do I need to say more? This is stupid. Look at this. This is stupid. This is straight up stupid. Every slam attacks from this weapon without the perfect Riven and just an optimized Wisp setup, not even a Kullervo setup, by the way, it's a Wisp setup. A Kullervo setup with 5 Tau purple shards would do way better at this. Way better. So you can really push this to like the limit if you want. But you know, I've heard some people want to try this with Equinox. I've heard some people want to try this like with other stuff. You know, just yeah. I think this weapon is so overpowered that no matter what Warframe you put it on, it will carry you on its own, and it's just what it is. Honestly, it is what it is. Lavos would be absolutely insane on it, because the gas procs are already hitting for this much. So then, if you want on Lavos, you could, in theory, add... I don't know, some other element of your choice, maybe Blast for the damage cap Blast procs or something. And then... yeah, you just let the status duration from Lavos' passive ability duration to do their thing. It's probably gonna be way better than this. I can try it after if you guys want. I mean, I know you guys want to see that, how long they last. So we're gonna go a bit on Alara after this mission, take Lavos and see how long the gas procs will last, how much damage they will do, and yeah, see how strong they feel. But yes, this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not even sure what I can compare this weapon to, because the damage feels like I'm playing pre-nerf Tectosia Contagion with heavy attack, where I could just hit, no matter what I did, I could hit like millions of damage, close to damage cap, or even damage cap with some Warframes like Mirage. You can still do that with Mirage, but it needs way more setup than it used to. It's just stupid, honestly. But yeah, any unit I'm gonna see with this weapon, any unit, ever, level cap, no level cap, doesn't matter, it just gets one-tapped. It will get one-tapped. 100%. I think that's a bit dumb. So the battle is spawned right on the gas proc. They immediately took half their health until they adapted to it, and then they just died. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Wrathful is a bit of an overkill, but you know, I want to showcase the maximum potential of this, so I'm gonna use it. And yeah, this is also what I meant on my slam video, that after the rework, because the way the slam radius works now, a lot more weapons got viable for slam attacking. Oh, this guy spawned on the gas proc. They just died instantly. Oops. It doesn't matter. I didn't change amp. This amp feels bugged. Sometimes it just doesn't work, but yeah. I mean, no matter what, when you see an Acolyte, that will happen. I already know it. It happens with the Magistar, and this deals like 3 times the amount of damage the Magistar deals, so, you know, I don't expect anything different. I'm gonna be real. I'm not expecting anything different from this. It's ridiculous. So let's move on, go to extraction, take Lavos, and then see what we can do with it real quick. On Lavos, I will not have the Raffle Advance Subsume. CBA is just putting it, and usually for Lavos you have enough damage with the gas procs that you can just go invade. Not invade, sorry, evade. I'm back to here just to show you. Crit chance is very low, crit damage is very low, so by these you would think that this would be really shit, but honestly, it's just, yeah, I don't know. In practice, this is just the best. It's literally the best. It's so broken that it probably rivals the Falcor as the best melee weapon in the entire game right now. Now, this is due to the fact that, you know, some people might not like the slam attack playstyle, especially now that you have to actually move a lot more and be a lot more active to abuse it, but, you know, it's up to you, really. So, Lavos, I'll prefer Rolling Guard. I'm gonna be real, I'm not gonna change weapon ever. So, yeah, I mean, Naira mode gives me a bit more status duration, which means we have a status duration of 293% now. So we can see what the gas procs are doing, even without the crit chance or the crit damage shards now, just with Lavos. And I'm gonna go to Lara because it has the best tileset to test gas procs, because enemies just keep walking to them over and over and over again. Alright. Give me more gas, because, you know, it doesn't really matter to get more gas, but sure. Alright, let's see it. This gives me evade stacks, by the way, in case you're wondering why I take evaded in this build. Alright, now with stacks we get 2 million on the gas procs instead. And yeah. I'm just gonna do this for a minute and see what KPM I get. Okay, a minute has passed and we got 201 kills. Yeah, it's not normal, this weapon. It's definitely not normal. I don't know what to say, but I mean, how? I have many questions. How is it the Dark Sword? Why is it the Dark Sword? Why does a weapon, when its pure stats, wait, look at its pure stats real quick. So the pure stats wise, this thing has slash radiation puncture. There is no toxin, there is no indication on the arsenal that this can be a really good weapon for slam attacks. Zero indication. Absolutely nothing. And then you just try it out, or you check the wiki and you try it out, and it's just broken. It's just absolutely goated. Also, if you're wondering why it says 51,000 damage, is because I don't have the Naira mods. Now with Naira mods, yeah. Now you can see it. If you get a Riven and you roll it into something way better than I managed to roll it, then congratulations. You have just beaten in the game, pretty much. I don't know if Afflictions is the best way. I think Afflictions would be the best way, just in case some enemy becomes invulnerable through Fissure buff, and you can actually get an Affliction gas proc. I don't see how you would get an Afflictions proc otherwise, because enemies just straight up die. They just die. I don't see it otherwise. So if you don't do that, then I genuinely don't know what Arcana would go. I don't think any of the Arcanes help. I don't think Melee Dota gives me anything, but... Wait, what? It's because of the stars, isn't it? Yes, okay, thank God. I mean, it's a bit more crit damage, but... Yeah, maybe Dodie then. Maybe Dodie can work, I don't know. There is a slight chance Dodie can be better than Afflictions, since you pretty much cannot proc Afflictions ever, because this thing one-shots anyway. So, if you want, you can try Melee Dodie, I guess. Melee Exposure should be fine as well, but I don't see why you would want to ruin your gas procs for corrosive procs instead. Gas procs are just giving you way more AoE damage, but yeah, I would definitely go Dodie. I'm sorry for ruining the market once again. If this video gets attraction, then you already know that the Dark Sword Rivens will go crazy. And if you see this video, the Dark Sword, I remind you, is available right now through Nightwave, and you should get it. It's an amazing weapon. It's possibly the best melee weapon in the entire game. Thank you very much for watching another video of mine. Be sure to check the link in the description if you want to join my Discord for more interesting discoveries like this and to learn them before they actually happen. And I will see you on the next video.